Welcome to the Damascus Encounter, the program where we share interesting and beautiful stories of people's encounter with Jesus Christ. I have with me in the house today a very special guest, a good friend, one who loves Jesus. Many times we hear of stories of people who wanted to do something, travel another road, but then they encountered Jesus and the turnaround is to have service, either you become a pastor or something. But my guest today has a unique story. And instead of being a pastor, he turned out someone even more unique for Jesus. I have with me in the house Abraham Bakari. Bakari, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, my brother Femi.
Good to have you in the house.
We thank God for this opportunity of sharing our experience.
Yeah. So, for starters, let us meet and know Abraham Bakari.
Yeah, I'm from Cameroon,
Okay.
in the far north region of Cameroon, born of pioneer pastor in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And I grew up in the far north Cameroon, studied far north Cameroon till secondary school. Then I went to Yaoundé for my studies in the universities.
Okay.
In the University of Yaoundé 1, and then the University of Yaoundé 2, and then I did Advanced School of Mass Communication.
So, you studied communication.
Sure.
Your initial dream in life, you were supposed to be a pastor.
Well, yes.
How did that play out?
Yeah, I was still in the secondary school when I went to see one of our leaders, and I told him that I wanted to be a pastor. I gave him my application, and I asked him to help me. Join at that time the Adventist University here. In
Adventist Seminary for West Africa.
West Africa, Aswa.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was a silence. Then I was disappointed, but till I was going to school and then very active in the church. As a choir master,
Okay.
Teaching in the Sabbath school department, the youth department, serving the church wholeheartedly till when I was starting the secondary school. My father had a vision. He made a prophecy. He was listening to Adventist World Radio.
Okay.
One evening, and he called me, told me, when you get to the university, you'll study bilingual series, bilingual studies, and then you'll work for AWR.
So by bilingual studies, you mean French and English? Okay.
French and English language. That's our program, a department that we have in our university in Cameroon. So I said, well, I was surprised. And the thing went off my mind, and I got to finally obtain my advanced level, which is a baccalaureate in the French system.
Okay.
So when I got the baccalaureate, I was supposed to go and study theology. I wanted to go and study theology in the university, the Adventist University, but it was very expensive for my father. He couldn't afford to pay. I asked for a scholarship that I couldn't get. And then, well, my father tried his best. He found some money and sent me to the university, the State University in Yaoundé.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about this. So when your father prophesied,
Yeah.
you would produce or present programs for Adventist World Radio.
Yeah.
Did he know about your initial dream of being a pastor?
Well, he knew very well, because among all the children, I was the one who was interested in taking good care of the flock that we had. He knew from the way I was active in the church. Some people were even calling me pastor. when I was young, and they used to tell me, "You look like your father." And so I was kind of proud. And
okay. So when he talked about, when he prophesied you will work for Adventist World Radio, you would speak, did you ask him, "Oh, Father, but I'm supposed to be I want to be
No,
a
I
pastor.
didn't discuss about this with him.
Okay.
I just listened to him and said, okay, well.
We'll see.
So, but after that, when I got my baccalaureate, it was a different project that I had. And even my father, he forgot about the prophecy he made.
Okay.
He was expecting me to be a scholar in the university.
All right.
So I was supposed to go through the PhD and then become a scholar in the university. And after my second year, somebody came, a friend of mine, he was coming from the campus, and I asked him, where are you coming from? He said, I went to apply for the entrance examination to the Advanced School of Mass Communication. I said, what is that? It was in abbreviation, it was ASMAC. I said, what's ASMAC? He said, yeah, that's where we learn how they train journalists, they train communicators.
Okay.
And I told him, oh, when is the deadline? He said, in a week. I said, well, I went on my knees and I prayed. I say, oh God, things are very rough and tough in the university. I don't think I can make it because my father doesn't have enough resources. So I need a training school. Maybe I can go further with my studies when I will get a job. So I said, if the deadline can be pushed up to 2 weeks, and if somebody gives me the money, you want me to run for this?
And so you prayed and the
I
prayer
prayed
was answered.
and then it was answered.
Ah, good.
So 2 weeks, they pushed the deadline, and then somebody unexpectedly came and gave me the money. I paid. So I went for this, and they were expecting 35 to be admitted in that school, and we were 1,400 running for this. By God's grace, I was admitted. And people were sending congratulations to my father. He got angry. Why did you stop your studies in the university? I sent you there to go up to the PhD level. So why did you stop? He was not happy at all. Well, that's how when I finished my programs now in the university, people were looking for me in the government media house. They asked me to come, and I said no. I had bigger projects for myself, and I say, I will be a boss. I will run a media house of my own.
Run your own enterprise.
Yes, my enterprise. So I don't need to. And it happens that the church was, they voted without my knowledge. The Adventist World Radio Board voted for a new program in Fulani language, in Fulfulde, for West Africa and Central Africa. And they needed a communicator, somebody who can do the program from Cameroon.
And here you were, you had the degree.
Yeah, they gave, I had the degree. They gave, the communication director at that time gave my name without my consent. So when they came for a training, they were looking for me. They came to my room in the university. There was no telephone at that time. I was not in. They dropped a note under my door. I saw it. I said, I want to go. They came back the second time. I was not in. They dropped a note, and Anibo told me, why are you treating these people like this? They are big people. They came to your house, and you know, it was not also a pleasant place. You know, the quarter, the students' quarter is like this, like that. And so finally, I said, okay, why not? Let me go and see. I went there. I saw Dev Barasan at that time. He was training the guys. When they saw me, they were, wow, here he is. They were very happy because he came all the way from England to Cameroon. And they were excited, but I was calm, cool, looking at them. They were talking to me. I said, no, I will help you, but I won't work for you.
Okay, you were willing to help?
Yeah, I will help. I will do the programs, but don't employ me. I will not accept. He spoke to me clearly. Yeah. He told me that you have to serve me. You are my servant. But before that, I had, you know, when you are in a church, sometimes people, the most difficult experience to have is when you are born in a Christian home. It's not easy to experience new birth. Because you think that you are good.
You have everything.
You have everything. You are not like other people. You have that Pharisee symptom.
Okay.
That you are
We
righteous.
have everything. We are up there.
I've never been in a nightclub. I've never taken alcohol. I've never smoked in my life. I never did those things that people are doing. You think you are something. You are somebody.
Righteous man.
You are a righteous man. But I think something changed my life before that. When I say I heard God speak to me.
Yeah.
Because I prayed and asked God to show me exactly who am I. Who is Bakari? When God revealed himself to me, it was such a wonderful experience.
Was it a night
Wonderful?
vision?
No. I can't explain exactly, but I realized suddenly that I am the most wretched person on this earth. Yes.
That must be something.
Yes, I cried for 3 months, day and night. People were surprised. What's happening with this man? The choir members who were used to my plays, and I was so jovial. But the way I was running the rehearsals, I was teaching the songs, playing the guitar, was no more the same.
Something was missing.
Something was, and they realized that I wouldn't joke with people. No more joke. I didn't know what is laughter. I was surprised when people would laugh. I said, don't they know that there's something serious going on here? And one day I was walking through the farm and I started crying. I said, God, is enough. You have convinced me. You have convinced me enough that I'm so bad. So why? Why am I carrying this guilt? I recognize that Jesus died on the cross for me. He paid the price. I cannot pay this again. As I was walking, I was crying, and as I was walking, everything dried from my eyes. And then peace that I cannot describe filled my heart.
Filled your heart.
It was like, wow. So I spent 3 months. Every time I open the Bible, God will speak clearly to me. There is this emotion, positive emotions, joy. I cannot explain. And I was filled. And then suddenly that thing dropped.
Okay.
I came back.
We will come back and discuss some of these experiences. Don't go away. We'll be back very shortly. Welcome back to the Damascus Encounter, and we still have in the house Abraham Bakari sharing his experience and his encounter with Jesus. So, you had this wonderful experience, peace all over you suddenly in the farm as you walked across. So you want to share more?
Yeah. And as I was saying, I had this experience of heavenly peace and joy, and for more than 3 months. Then suddenly everything came back to normal. No more these emotions. And I said, wow. I started crying and asking God, am I still your child? What's happening? I'm no more hearing those messages. I'm no more getting this close connection. I'm not feeling you. Then some few months later, I was coming back from a place, and a taxi dropped me. As I was going home, a lady stopped me and called me by my name. She was from Burundi, and she was in Cameroon, and she called me by my name, Abraham Bakari. Then I answered. I said, yes. She said, God showed me somebody like you, and he called your name in the night. I had a vision. He said, this is Abraham Bakari, my beloved son.
And you had never met this woman before?
I've never met her before.
Did you ever see her again?
No.
So
I don't know how.
that was a kind of assurance.
Oh yeah,
from
that's
God,
what God
answer to that
yeah,
question.
that's how God answered my question. This testimony from on high boosted my faith. And I didn't know if I walked or I ran to my room, but I found myself in my room on my knees crying with joy and telling God, oh, thank you, Lord. And then he spoke to me again. He said, you have to know that you are my son, whether you feel it or not. Because faith in me is not emotional. You must know that I am with you, whether you feel it or not. Wonderful experience.
And so that was your Damascus encounter.
Oh yeah.
And
from that time on, that's it. And
so you accepted the Adventist World Radio job afterwards?
Yeah, that's why now when I got this, I used to listen to God, and he really impressed this in my mind. He said, you have to go and then take this job and work. And by God's grace, my father was the first to preach in Fulani language on
your
AWR.
program.
Then the Lord reminded me the prophecy that my father forgot. I told him, remember what you told me more than 10 years ago. Now there it is.
We're here.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for Adventist World Radio.
Yes.
And you are presenting the sermon.
Yeah, the praise. Yeah, I was the anchor person and everything. And some of the time I will be also the preacher on the program. So that's how I accepted to work for the church and to work for God.
So let's walk a little bit, sharing about your experience as this Adventist World Radio producer, Full Day Language.
Yes.
So what was it like reaching out and then?
It's a wonderful experience, and I think radio is one of the most powerful tools that God's people must use. And we are blessed to know that a lot of people are blessed through our ministry. I got a lot of messages from around the Fulani world. I got a message from Mauritania, from Libya, places where it's not obvious to send missionaries, and people are very happy. One day somebody was about to travel. He paid his ticket. He was going to Douala. He was in the bus.
Okay.
And inside the bus, I was presenting a program, the morning show. It was a message, a sermon. He heard the sermon. He asked the driver to let him down. He came out of the bus, came and looked for the radio station. And see, he came to my place and he was crying. He said, I want this message. Did you record this? I want my children to listen to this. He's changed his plan, everything.
Just over the radio presentation.
Yes. And you see so many people blessed like that. A young lady was just like that. She was at the point of committing suicide. And I'm happy to testify today that God did something extraordinary. And I'm talking to people who are involved in media ministries. It's such a blessing to be a blessing, because words cannot express what is the impact that we are having in people's lives.
That we are doing and the things we say.
Yeah, sometimes we don't have enough money, we are not paid, we are not comfortable maybe with the salary. But I think something wonderful is being done, and the Lord has been blessing people through our ministry. And I know you also have a lot of testimonies like this.
Sure.
Yes, and I hope something different will happen in somebody's life as they are watching this program. Yeah.
Certainly. So, and you did this work, Adventist World Radio, and you did it for a very long time. You moved on to the FM
after
station.
that we moved the studio from Yaoundé to Marwa because of the facilities that we have. People that speak that language are mostly located in the far north Cameroon. And so we didn't find it convenient enough for us to keep the studio in the central south region.
Okay.
And in the central south region, we have the radio station, But now the Adventist World Radio studio is located where the language is widely
those
spoken.
who speak the language.
Yeah, and the production is going on, is still going on. Somebody was appointed and I was called to serve as communication director for the Central Africa Union Mission. I was, by God's grace, the youngest ever in history to
become
communication director at the level of the union, by the grace of God. And I think I've been blessed in that position. The Lord has blessed me and blessed his work also through our humble ministry.
And so now you worked as the communication director for the Central African Union for how long?
I worked from 2002 to 2013.
Okay.
And after that, from 2014 to 2021 for the Cameroon Union Mission.
Okay.
Yeah, because the field was restructured. Yeah.
Okay. And so it was from there now you got a call to serve at
to serve at Abidjan, the headquarters of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in West Central Africa region.
As the communication director.
Communication, public affairs, and religious liberty.
Oh, that is
director.
good. That is good. So let's talk a little bit about your journey as you walked through all of these, serving God and speaking His word.
Yeah.
Do you constantly feel that fulfillment of doing what I'm supposed to do, and talking about some of the challenges and how the vision keeps us focused?
So sometimes, we have our needs. We have a lot of challenges that we face. We have some accomplishments that we want to see. We want to achieve certain things as we are growing. And sometimes the challenges, they show themselves very, very tough enough to challenge our faith. And it's tempting sometimes to say, okay, I can serve God anywhere else. At this point of my life, I don't need to be a pastor. I don't need to be this. I can serve God from whichever position I find myself. And sometimes one of the problems that I had is when I was working there at the radio, people would come with their challenges, economic problems. They would tell me, oh, I have a problem. I've not eaten for 3 days, for 4 days. I have come for you to help me.
And they expect you to help them.
They expect me to help them, but I don't have enough money. And I went to God and said, give me the money, Lord, give me the money. I want to help people. You are giving money to others who are not even caring. But give me the money. Then I can help the people outside.
And so this makes you feel sometimes if I work somewhere else,
yes,
I
can still come to the radio, I can preach, and then I'll give money to the other people who are suffering. And that day when I talked to God, it was a lady, she was very poor. She came with a little baby that was hungry. And I didn't have a dime to give her. That's when I went on my knees. I said, Lord, this is not good. Oh, it's not fair. So he spoke to me again. He said, who tells you that when I send people to you is to give them money? I have not appointed you to give money to people. I have appointed you to give them life, to help them grasp life.
Give them my word.
Give them my word. And for the rest, I will take care of it. I said, okay, Lord, thank you. But before that, I had a big opportunity. I said, well, Lord, let me go for this one. They called me for a big opportunity in the US and all this. And I said, well, why not? Why not give it a try? Almost everything was there. But wow, at the last minute, it vanished. And the Lord spoke to me again and said, why are you bothering? Why
are you trying to run away?
Trying to run away? Stay here. You'll go with me. I will go with you.
So, and he sure has been walking with you. He has been standing by you.
I tell you, this is such a blessing. Because one of the problems that we have, I realized, and that the Lord has really helped me in that area. I don't compare my life to other people's life. The Lord really helped me to understand that and to live with contentment.
And he gave you a beautiful wife
Oh
to
yeah.
support you in the ministry.
Oh, I bless God for my wife. She's such a wonderful.
And you have how many kids now?
I have 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl, and I'm living with my niece, who is I consider as my daughter.
Okay.
So I can say 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys.
And so far the Lord has been good.
So
he has
far,
been blessing you.
So good, so fine.
And he will continue to bless you.
I thank God because of what he's doing. I say, oh Lord, so that's how you are surrounding me with power. We have to be proud, my friend. We have to be proud. A Christian must be proud. When I say proud, it's not in the sense of maybe arrogance. No, we have to be without fear.
Confident that you have
Confident that we are the sons and daughters of the Most High God, the one who is governing the universe. So absolutely nothing would happen to us without his knowledge. So
we trust him.
That's how I walk today, with total confidence in what God can do. He's a provider. He's the healer. He's the soul mender. He's everything.
He's everything.
He's
everything and everything.
Everything in everything.
Okay, thank you. Beautiful story. I have been inspired, and I want to believe many and millions have been inspired listening to your story.
That's my prayer.
If you are out there, you've been wondering what God wants you to do, and you're wondering why you're even studying what you're studying in the university or whatever program, just know that God has a purpose for you. As he took Abraham Bakari round and brought him exactly where he wants him, he sure will lead you and bring you to what he wants you to do. That will be all on today's edition of the program Damascus Encounter. And until next time when we bring you a fresh edition of the program, I want to say have a beautiful time watching Hope Channel.